Your body feels heavier than it used to. Climbing a single flight of stairs leaves you out of breath. Your knees ache by mid-afternoon. Your blood pressure numbers keep creeping up at every doctor visit, and your clothes don't fit the way they did just 5 years ago. Most people over 65 are told that gaining weight is just part of aging, that metabolism slows down, that nothing can really be done about it. But what if I told you that 3 simple lifestyle steps, gentle enough for an 80-year-old, costing you almost nothing, could safely help you lose weight, reduce inflammation, and dramatically lower your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and falls? That's not a marketing claim. That's exactly what decades of research on senior health is now confirming. And today, I'm going to share with you exactly what those steps are, why they work specifically for older adults, and how to start them tonight without harming your joints, your heart, or your energy. Stick with me to the end because the third step I reveal is one that almost no doctor mentions, and many of my patients say it's the one that finally helped them lose the weight they had been carrying for decades. I'm Dr. Emily, and in nearly 30 years of working with older adults, I've sat across from thousands of patients who quietly carried extra weight into their later years, patients who tried diet after diet, only to find that the strategies that worked at 40 simply stopped working at 65. Obesity after 65 isn't just about how your clothes fit or what the scale says. It's a silent driver of nearly every major health condition that steals independence from seniors. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, joint failure, sleep apnea, falls, even certain cancers. Carrying extra weight after 65 places real, measurable strain on every system your body depends on to keep you walking, thinking, and living independently. But here's what gives me hope every single day. Seniors do not need extreme diets, gym memberships, or punishing exercise routines to safely lose weight. In fact, those approaches often do more harm than good after 65. What the body needs at this age is something completely different and far more gentle than most people imagine. Today, I'll show you the early warning signs that your weight is now affecting your health and 3 safe, doctor-approved lifestyle steps that work together to bring your weight down naturally, even after years of struggle. So grab a pen and paper, because you are definitely going to want to write this down. First, let's talk about the warning signs, because recognizing these early makes everything I'm about to share far more powerful. The first sign almost everyone underestimates is shortness of breath during normal daily activities. Climbing a small set of stairs, walking from the parking lot to the grocery store, bending down to tie your shoes. If any of these now leave you breathing harder than they did a few years ago, that's your heart and lungs telling you they are working harder than they should to carry your current weight. The second sign is swelling in your ankles or feet by the end of the day. When extra weight increases pressure on your circulation, fluid begins pooling in your lower extremities. You may notice your socks leaving deeper marks on your ankles, or your shoes feeling tighter in the evening than they did in the morning. The third sign is joint pain that worsens with weight gain. Every extra pound of body weight places approximately 4 extra pounds of pressure on your knees with each step you take. This is why many seniors with obesity also struggle with arthritis. The two conditions feed each other. The fourth and most overlooked sign is fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. When your body carries excess weight, every system from your heart to your muscles works overtime, simply to perform basic tasks. You may sleep 8 hours and still wake up tired. You may sit down for a break and feel like you can't get back up. This kind of fatigue is not laziness. It's a real biological signal that your body is asking for relief. If any of these sound familiar, the 3 lifestyle steps I'm about to share are exactly what your body has been waiting for. Number 1. The protein first plate. The muscle protector. The first step is what I call the protein first plate. And I know what some of you are thinking. Don't seniors need to eat less to lose weight? Isn't cutting calories the answer? This is one of the most damaging misconceptions in senior weight loss, and I want to clear it up right now. After 65, your body naturally begins losing muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. This is one of the silent reasons weight gain accelerates with age. Muscle is your body's metabolic engine. Less muscle means a slower metabolism, which means more fat storage even when you eat the same amount you always have. The traditional advice of eat less often backfires for seniors because it causes them to lose even more muscle, slowing their metabolism further and making weight loss harder and harder. The solution is not eating less. It is eating differently. Specifically, it means making protein the foundation of every meal. Think of your body like a house. Carbohydrates and fats are fuel for the furnace. They keep things running day to day. But protein is the lumber and the bricks. It's what your body uses to maintain the muscle, bone, and tissue that keep you strong, mobile, and independent. As we age, we need significantly more protein than we did at 40. Yet most seniors actually eat less protein than they need. Here's how to do it. At every single meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, fill 1/4 of your plate with a high-quality protein source first, before you add anything else. Good options include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, fish, chicken, lean beef, lentils, beans, or tofu. Aim for about the size of your own palm at each meal. When you eat protein first, 3 powerful things happen. Protein signals your brain that you are full, so you naturally eat less of everything else without trying. Protein takes longer to digest, keeping your blood sugar stable and preventing the energy crashes that lead to snacking. And protein gives your body the building blocks it needs to maintain and even rebuild muscle, which restores your metabolic engine. A study involving adults over 65 found that those who followed a protein-first eating pattern lost an average of 8 to 12 pounds over 16 weeks without counting calories or following any strict diet. More importantly, they maintained their muscle strength throughout the process, something rarely seen with traditional calorie-cutting diets. Here are simple examples. For breakfast, try 2 scrambled eggs with a small bowl of oatmeal, not the other way around. For lunch, start with grilled chicken or canned tuna, then add your vegetables and a small portion of rice or bread. For dinner, eat your fish or lean meat first, then your salad and starches. The order matters more than most people realize. This single change, making protein the foundation of every plate, can begin shifting your weight within 30 days without ever feeling hungry or deprived. Number 2. The 10-minute walking window. The gentle metabolism booster. Our second step is something so simple that most seniors dismiss it. Yet research consistently shows it may be one of the single most powerful weight loss tools available after 65. It's a 10-minute walk after each meal. Now, before you tune this out, let me explain why this works so dramatically and why it's completely different from traditional exercise advice. When you eat a meal, your blood sugar rises. Your body then releases insulin to bring that blood sugar down, and any excess sugar gets stored as fat. This process is called the post-meal glucose spike, and it is one of the primary drivers of weight gain in seniors. After 65, our bodies become less efficient at handling these spikes, which is why so many older adults gain weight even when their diet hasn't changed much. A simple 10-minute walk, taken within 30 minutes of finishing a meal, changes everything. Your working muscles pull glucose directly out of your bloodstream and use it for energy, before your body has a chance to store it as fat. Walking after meals also activates a specific metabolic pathway that continues burning fat for hours after you stop walking. Think of it this way. Eating a meal is like pouring sugar into a cup. Sitting after the meal lets that sugar settle and turn into stored fat. Walking after the meal is like drinking the sugar before it can settle. Your muscles use it up before it ever becomes a problem. A study involving adults over 70 showed that those who walked just 10 minutes after each meal, 3 times a day, for a total of 30 minutes, lost an average of 6 to 9 pounds over 12 weeks. More remarkably, their fasting blood sugar dropped by an average of 18 points, and their blood pressure improved measurably. All from a habit that takes less time per day than watching a single TV show. Here's how to do it safely. After breakfast, lunch, and dinner, within 30 minutes of finishing your meal, go for a gentle 10-minute walk. This does not need to be brisk. It does not need to be outside if the weather is poor. Walking slowly around your living room, your kitchen, your hallway, or even pacing while talking on the phone all count. The point is to keep your legs moving while your blood sugar is rising. If you have balance concerns, walk near a wall or counter you can touch for support. If you use a cane or walker, those work perfectly fine. If 10 minutes feels like too much at first, start with 3 to 5 minutes and slowly build up. The goal is consistency, not intensity. A senior who walks 10 minutes after every meal every day will see better weight loss results than one who exercises hard once a week and sits the rest of the time. This single habit, combined with the protein-first plate, is often the difference between weight that won't budge and weight that begins coming off naturally within the first month. Number 3. The 12-hour eating window. The hidden metabolic reset. Our third step surprises almost every patient I share it with. It's what I call the 12-hour eating window, and it's based on one of the most exciting discoveries in modern senior health research. Here is the truth most seniors have never been told. Your body is not designed to be processing food 16 hours a day. Your digestive system, your liver, and your metabolism all need an extended period each day with no food coming in, so they can perform critical maintenance work, repairing cells, burning stored fat, balancing hormones, and clearing out waste. This nightly fasting period is called the metabolic rest window, and in seniors, this window is one of the single most powerful weight loss tools available, because unlike extreme diets, it requires no calorie counting, no special foods, and no struggle with hunger. The concept is beautifully simple. Pick a 12-hour window each day when you do not eat anything. The easiest approach for most seniors is to stop eating after dinner, say 7 p.m., and not eat again until breakfast at 7 a.m. the next morning. That's it. Just a 12-hour break from food, mostly while you sleep. Think of your body like a kitchen. If the kitchen is constantly being used, cooking, dirty dishes piling up, the sink never empty, it never gets fully cleaned. But if there's a 12-hour stretch every night when the kitchen is closed, you have time to wash everything, put things away, and start fresh the next morning. Your metabolism works exactly the same way. During the 12-hour eating break, especially the hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., your body performs a process called autophagy, literally meaning self-eating, where it breaks down old, damaged cells and uses them for energy. This is one of the most effective natural fat-burning processes your body has, and it can only happen when you give your digestive system a break. Many seniors are unknowingly sabotaging this process by eating late-night snacks, drinking sweet beverages in the evening, or grazing throughout the night. Even a small bowl of ice cream or a glass of juice at 10 p.m. can shut down the metabolic rest window completely. Research involving adults over 65 has shown that those who maintained a consistent 12-hour eating window lost an average of 5 to 8 pounds over 12 weeks without changing what they ate during the day. They also showed significant improvements in blood sugar control, blood pressure, and sleep quality. Here is how to do it gently and safely. Choose a stopping time for eating each evening. 7 p.m., 8 p.m., whatever fits your routine. After that time, only water, plain tea or black coffee. No food, no juice, no milk, no snacks. Then, do not eat again until at least 12 hours have passed. So if you stop eating at 7 p.m., you don't eat again until 7 a.m. That's it. One important note for seniors. If you take medications that need to be taken with food, please continue taking them as your doctor has prescribed. Your medical care always comes first. And if you have diabetes or take blood sugar medications, talk with your doctor before starting a 12-hour eating window, as your medications may need to be adjusted. Within just 3 weeks of maintaining this window consistently, most of my patients begin to notice less bloating, easier digestion, better sleep, and, most importantly, the scale finally beginning to move in the right direction. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where many seniors unknowingly slow their own progress, and a few small adjustments can make all the difference. Your body follows a natural rhythm called the circadian cycle. Your metabolism is actually highest in the morning and gradually slows throughout the day. This means the foods you eat earlier in the day are processed more efficiently, while foods eaten late at night are far more likely to be stored as fat. This means your largest meal of the day should be breakfast or lunch, and your smallest meal should be dinner. The old saying, "Eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper," is now backed by modern research on aging metabolism. The ideal daily routine looks like this. Breakfast, a hearty protein-first plate within the first hour of waking. Lunch, your second largest meal, also protein-first. Dinner, a smaller, lighter protein-first meal, finished by 7 p.m. After each meal, a 10-minute walk. Then no food at all until breakfast the next morning. This is not a complicated program. 3 meals built around protein. 3 short walks after each meal. 1 12-hour break overnight. That's it. The most common question my patients ask is, how long before I see real change on the scale? Here is what the research and my clinical experience both show. Most people notice less bloating and better digestion within the first 7 to 10 days. Measurable weight loss, usually 2 to 4 pounds, typically begins appearing around the 30-day mark. Significant, doctor-noticeable changes in weight, blood pressure, and blood sugar generally show up between 60 and 90 days of consistent daily practice. The key word, as always, is consistent. Weight that has been with you for decades will not disappear overnight. But these 3 gentle habits, done every single day, can genuinely shift the trajectory of your weight, your health, and your energy, even after years of frustration. The total cost of this approach is $0. No supplements, no equipment, no gym membership. Yet the benefits, being able to walk farther, breathe easier, sleep better, lower medication doses, are priceless when it comes to your independence and the years you still want to enjoy. While these 3 steps work powerfully on their own, combining them with one more small change creates what researchers call a synergistic effect, meaning the results are far greater than any habit alone. That change is deep, quality sleep. Sleep is when your body does most of its fat-burning, hormone-balancing work. Seniors who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep lose significantly more weight than those who get 5 to 6 hours, even when their eating and walking habits are identical. Poor sleep raises a hormone called cortisol, which directly tells your body to store belly fat. Good sleep lowers cortisol and unlocks your body's natural ability to release stored fat. When you combine the protein-first plate, the 10-minute walking window, the 12-hour eating break, and 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, my patients consistently report results that genuinely surprise them. Weight they had carried for 20 years begins coming off. Energy they thought was gone forever begins to return. Confidence about their health and independence begins to come back. 1 pound and 1 day at a time. Obesity after 65 is not a life sentence. It is not something you simply have to accept because of your age. With the right gentle steps, done with patience and consistency, your body can release weight that felt permanent and reward you with years of better health, better movement, and better life. Protein first at every meal. A 10-minute walk after each meal. A 12-hour eating break every night. That is it. Simple, safe, and backed by research showing real results even in adults over 80. One important reminder: if you take medications for diabetes, blood pressure, or heart conditions, please talk with your doctor before making major changes to your eating routine. As you lose weight, your medication doses may need to be reduced, and that adjustment should always be guided by the doctor who knows your full health history. These steps work best alongside good medical care, not in place of it. If this video helped you, please leave a comment below telling me which sign worries you most. Shortness of breath when walking, joint pain, swollen ankles, or constant fatigue. I read every single comment, and your answer helps me make videos that truly serve you. And if you know someone over 65 who has been struggling with their weight, please share this video with them. It could genuinely change the trajectory of their health and the quality of their years ahead.